I saw Thorough Black Talk up in here. Me and Sister Keisha talked about this on Thorough Black Talk, and I promised her that I would read this article, and here it goes, okay? Sordid details emerge about Alexander brothers' alleged rapes, parties in the Hamptons and Mexico. So, child, while they sitting there telling you, look over here, over there, it's going crazy. I just want y'all to hear this craziness. The 3 Alexander brothers charged with sex trafficking usually exuded only arrogant contempt for the women they assaulted and raped over the course of 20 years, according to the court files documented new sordid details about their playbook for luring and drugging victims. Okay, but a 2021 exchange between Oren and Tal Alexander, luxury real estate brothers in Miami and in New York, reveals slight concern over keeping their superstar public image intact. Start to think about reputation you want out there, Oren says to his older brother. Tal, in one of the conversations transcribed by federal investigators in a letter filed Wednesday by Damani Williams, U.S. Attorney and the Southern District of New York, recommending that a judge not grant bail to his brothers. Yes, we are on top of the game, and the only thing can bring us down is some hoe complaining, Oren says. Understood. Did someone complain, Tal says? Women did complain, even after being threatened by the brothers to keep quiet. And 4 civil lawsuits against the brothers early this year, leading to federal and state sex trafficking and rape charges in Miami and in New York that could land them in prison for the rest of their lives. Tal, 38, and twins Oren and Alon, 37, were arrested at their Miami Beach homes Wednesday by police, FBI agents, and Miami-Dade State Attorney's Office investigators. Attorney Evan Torgan, who is representing 2 victims, told the Miami Herald an additional 40 women, 40, so that's 42 women, including a dozen from Miami, have come forward with sexual assault and rape allegations, some dating back to the brothers' teenage years. At Dr. Michael M. Kropp High School near Aventura, one refrain in the woman's complaints is that the brothers often took turns assaulting them while others watched or pinned them down. The brothers' Miami attorney, Joel DeNaro, said intimate relations they engaged in were consensual. The brothers, who appeared at bond and detention hearings in handcuffs on Friday, are expected to be transferred to the same New York City court that indicted rap mogul Sean Diddy Combs and deceased financier Jeffrey Epstein on sex trafficking charges. So they right here in Brooklyn. Started in high school, feds say. Evidence shows that the Alexander brothers began engaging in acts of sexual violence, including gang rapes, while still in school. Oh, I'm having a problem talking today. Evidence shows that the Alexander brothers began engaging in acts of sexual violence, including gang rapes, while still in high school, the letter states. Several of these victims were given alcohol by one of the defendants or other individuals. Prosecutors say the victims reported hearing individuals involved, including Tal Alexander, talk about the assaults at school, boasting about running trains on their victims and saying that they wanted to do it again. Oren bragged in the Kropp yearbook that riding my first choo-choo train was his most memorable moment from high school. Parties in the Hamptons. You know what? I thought it was interesting. This is the same judge that went viral because her classmate ended up in her courtroom. It's funny when you see the same judge kind of repeats over and over in certain trials, but I guess that happens. I just thought that was interesting. As adults, splitting their time between Miami and New York City and hobnobbing at hotspots for the rich and famous, the brothers' serial sexual violence only escalated, the letter says, as they recruited women to parties and trips to the Hamptons, Miami Beach, Mexico, and other places. Pause. Isn't that human trafficking? Isn't that what they say? Isn't that what they're now calling human trafficking? What about the Mann Act, when you take a woman across state lines for the purposes of sex Isn't that part of the man? Where are these type of charges? I understand, yes, sexual battery, yes, those things, but how come they're not getting additional charges like other people? Other black people, well, black people, not other black people, but like black people. Not getting it, and they've been doing it since high school, so they were allowed to do this. They just now bringing it up. They've been doing this for a minute. And other places, or met them at nightclubs or dating apps and invited them back to their apartments where the victims were served drugged drinks that impaired their ability to move and or memories. Like blink twice? Many victims told the brothers no or even screamed while the rapes were happening, but on each occasion, defendants ignored any verbal resistance, the letter says. The government has spoken to dozens of women who reported being similarly raped by one or more of the Alexander brothers between 2005 and 2021. The Alexander brothers, with other men, planned imports of women to vacation rentals in the Mexican resort town of Tulum. So that's out the country. Now they taking women out the country. There's no charges for that. Hi, Miss Victoria. Hi, Mr. Brooklyn. Hi, the Organized Confusion Show. Hi, Lady Del Rey. The Alexander brothers, with other men, plans imports of women's on vacation rentals in Mexican town resort of Tulum in 2016 and discussed splitting costs and which drugs, including the drug G, identified as the date rape drug GHB, to give to women in a Lions in Tulum. WhatsApp chat discovered by investigator. One male says, going to start, and this is at 4:17 p.m., going to start collecting the pot to fly bitches down. Excuse my language, this is literally what it says, okay? There should be a fee per bang and after the bang. That's what Olon said. Another male says, starting to collect Venmo for girls' flights. Oren says, oh yeah, what's the lineup? Need to pick winners. Another male says, laugh out loud. And how come this male is not involved in this? Because clearly he said he was picking up girls and picking up money, so he shouldn't be listed as male. He should be listed as defendant, as an additional defendant. Laugh aloud, it's going to be hard to get girls up to your standard. Oren said, just warn him your boys are hungry. Tal says, girls look fresh. Alon says, I think we should start bringing all chicks and not relying on promoters since we never met the girls. We need fun girls with a good attitude. I'm sure we all met many recently this summer. Male 2 says, oh, so another male. Well, how come their name isn't? Okay. I know you know some winners. Male 1 says, I don't want anyone being upset if they don't run a 10-man train. Male 1 says, I just need to handle drugs. Oh, so he handled the drugs. Why isn't he being indicted as well? Tal says, yes. Male 1 says, I don't want X around too much. Male 1 says, coke, shrooms, and G. He don't like them on ecstasy. Male 1 said, X makes the girls want to chase the effing party. Tal says, photographers, drugs. The male 1 says, all getting worked on. Okay, so they want people to take pictures. Oren said, just trying to make sure I get max returns. Was going to come for that Sunday night tax and make sure all the girls make quota. Male 1 says, the whole $500 on a flight. Oren says, no free rides under my watch. Oren says, that's more than most of us ever spent on girls. Just want to make sure we get a good ROI, return on investment. Shall. Over the Labor Day weekend, 2016, Alon and Oren arranged for 2 women from Illinois. They met on a dating app to fly to their vacation home in the Hamptons for a party. In messages, from Oren's iCloud account, they discussed booking flights for Olon. And Olon says, we split and try to get orgy then out. We split and try to orgy them out. Tal replies, for sure. The letter states, Tal arranged for hot women to come to the house with promoters from a chat called Hampton Hot Chicks. In an exchange in which the promoter says, I want photos of the girls naked. And Tal replies, laugh out loud. Guys were going to have a lot of fun. During the party, victims from Illinois told the investigators that Oren gave her a cocktail and Alon took her to a bedroom. She said she could not move or speak as Oren raped her, and she woke up later with her bathing suit pulled down around her legs. Encounter in the Hamptons. A woman from Manhattan told investigators about a disturbing encounter with Tal in the summer of 2011 at the brothers' Hampton house. After she drank half a glass of wine, she felt sick. She remembers being held down by Tal while another man entered the room and being in another room with Tal and the man and a camcorder. She said she woke up in the grass outside the house with a physical sensation of vaginal penetration. The brothers relied on their power and wealth to identify victims, carry out their sadistic sex trafficking scheme, conceal their sexual violence, and prevent victims and witnesses from coming forward by threatening victims with retaliation, the letter says. Tal and Oren filed a police report alleging harassment against a woman who said she was assaulted by them, and Tal said he would sue her for defamation. Another victim said Tal threatened her after she told people he drugged her. After civil lawsuits against the brothers were filed in March, Alon began compiling files on the victims in an apparent attempt to discredit their accusers, the letter says. The brothers flaunted their reputation as Playboy jet-setters on social media. They were regulars on the New York Post Celebrity Gossip's page 6 and named among New York's most eligible bachelors by Gotham magazine in 2014. Oren is married now and asked the Miami judge at a hearing Thursday to allow him to accompany his wife, who was 9 months pregnant, to the hospital when she goes into labor. Alon also sold high-end real estate and now works for the Kent Security, a private security and crisis management company founded by the brothers' father, Shlomi Alexander. In 2012, Shlomi helped Tal and Oren sell an Indian Creek Village home for $47 million, a record in Miami-Dade County at the time. So if all of this money was coming from their real estate enterprise, how come it's not a RICO charge? In 2019, the brothers helped broker the record residential sale of a $240 million Midtown Manhattan penthouse condominium to billionaire Citadel CEO Ken Griffin, who is now headquartered in Miami. The U.S. Attorney letter argues that the brothers should remain detained prior to trial because they are a violent danger to the community, forcibly raping women when they wanted to do so, and because the weight of evidence against them, including sexually explicit photos and videos. Child, they got photos and videos of them too. They drugging and spiking women too. But nobody's talking about this at all. All of it is the same TA, the same jail that they at, but nobody's talking about this one. It is strong because their wealth, travel habits, and last-minute private jet or yacht and frequent trips to where? To Israel to visit family make them a flight risk. As recently as, we're going to leave that right there. I'm going to read it, and I'm going to read it again, though. I'm going to read it again, and you're going to pick up when I'm laying down. The weight of the evidence against them is so strong, including sexually explicit videos and photos, because their wealth, travel habits, and often last minute by private jet or yacht and frequent trips to Israel to visit family make them a flight risk. As recently as May, Tal and Oren brokered a $14.3 million sale in Bar Harbor Islands. They're not talking about that at all, okay? Hey, Superario. Hey, I Am Major. Hi, Rob Boss. Hi, Shady Locks. Hi, The Real McCoy.
Hey, fam. Tap in with your boy. Let's get us back together, man. I know we can do it. It's your boy Omizi. Do you good? My brother D out here with us. Everything.
Beautiful place, man. It's a beautiful place. Yeah, don't worry about the Red Cross. Donate to them. And if you look at my Twitter, let's go to my Twitter, at @DejuanB. I have my people I want y'all to donate to. I've been posting the links all day. Go to my Twitter. I got the links up to my boy Derek, my boy Tay. These people lost their houses, they lost everything. Everything that they know, gone. Please donate to them. Please. If it ain't nothing but $5.